McLaren has established itself as one of the most coveted brands among automotive enthusiasts. With a rich history dating back to 1963, McLaren has consistently pushed the boundaries of automotive innovation. From dominating the racetracks to creating awe-inspiring road-legal machines, McLaren has consistently delivered some of the most captivating supercars the world has ever seen. In this video, we will look at the top 10 best McLaren supercars ever. So, subscribe to our channel now and hit the bell icon for regular updates. Welcome to Luxury Elegance. Let's dive into the video. Number 10. McLaren F1. The first McLaren road car ever made continues to hold the top rank as their best, and it is currently one of the most costly vehicles to purchase in the entire globe. When it was introduced in 1992, it is credited with changing road automobile performance and is regarded by many as the best driver's car ever constructed. With only 106 pieces produced, it is also exceedingly uncommon. With active aerodynamics, it had a drag coefficient of just 0.32 and was one of the first production vehicles to ever use a carbon fiber monocoque chassis. It also achieved a speed record of 221 miles per hour in 1998, which stood for 7 years before the Koenigsegg CCR overtook it as the world's fastest production vehicle. Number 9. McLaren MP412C. The MP412C was the first car made by McLaren after a long time when the company didn't make any. It marked the company's return with a bang. It had top-notch performance, improved aerodynamics, and the look of a real supercar, so it was a hit right away and is still a popular collector's item. The car was also the first to have McLaren's now iconic V8 engine. This engine was first used in the Nissan R390 in the late 1990s. Number 8. McLaren P1. A great number of individuals consider the P1 to be the genuine successor to the F1. In 2012, it made its debut at the Paris Motor Show, and the following year, customers were able to begin placing their orders. There were a total of 439 P1 produced, although only 375 of these were the regular models. The remainder were restricted editions. The P1 is capable of going from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.8 seconds because of its hybrid V8 engine, which generates a total of 903 horsepower. It took less than a month for the P1 to sell out completely, and the price of a used model will run you more than $1.5 million today. Number 7. McLaren 650S. The McLaren 650S was released as a replacement for the 12C, which only lasted for a brief period, although the majority of industry experts think that this is the model that should have been available from the beginning. The previous outputs of 442 pound-feet of torque and 616 horsepower were increased to 500 pound-feet of torque and 641 horsepower, which brought the performance to an entirely new level. The new acceleration became a mind-boggling 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, but the fact that the automobile could travel from 0 to 100 miles per hour in just 5.7 seconds was what set it apart from the majority of the other models. The vehicle is capable of reaching a top speed of 207 miles per hour. Number 6. McLaren P1 GTR. The P1 GTR was meant to be a special car that could only be used on the track. However, many McLaren buyers didn't want to only be able to use their cars on the track. Shortly after the first GTRs were delivered, Lassonde, which had worked with McLaren to win the 1995 Le Mans race, started giving official conversions to make them road legal. So one of the most amazing cars that could be driven on the road was made. The P1 GTR has 83 more horsepower than the standard P1, and it has a lot more downforce as well. Evo said that it's one of the few cars that can get people to look away from an F1 GTR, and it's easy to see why when you see it. Number 5. The McLaren 540C Coupe. The best racing car is the 540 Coupe. It is designed for speed and is easy to drive. It can handle the open road just as well as a racetrack. Because the car is light and has a high ratio of weight to strength, it has great performance that would leave many more expensive cars in awe. Even if you don't care that the 540C Coupe can go from 0 to 124 miles per hour in just 10.5 seconds, it still has race-bred handling. The Sports Series model has a strong chassis that is meant to give it an unbeatable balance. This makes it very easy to drive in both the city and on a racetrack. Number 4. McLaren Senna. As soon as it became clear that the P1 was successful, McLaren began work on the Senna as their next model. After the McLaren F1 and the McLaren P1, this is the third car in the McLaren Ultimate Series. In comparison to the P1, it does not have the same overall speed, but performs significantly better on the track. It had aero that had been altered, which some people find to be quite unattractive. Even McLaren has said that the car appears to be unforgiving. However, it didn't need to have a good appearance because the customers were mainly concerned with how well it performed on the track. Upon its release, all 500 of the initially planned units were purchased almost immediately. Number 3. McLaren Speedtail. The Speedtail is the fourth and most recent car in the Ultimate Series. It is called McLaren's first Hyper GT, and it is also the most recent car in the series. With a total of 1,040 horsepower, it is the fastest and most powerful McLaren road car ever made. It has a top speed of 250 miles per hour and can go from 0 to 186 miles per hour in 12.8 seconds, according to reports. Not only does the Speedtail have cutting-edge speed, but it also has electrochromic glass, which darkens at the touch of a button and makes sun visors unnecessary. Its carbon fiber bodywork in the back is also flexible and can be changed mechanically to make the car more aerodynamic when going fast. Number 2. McLaren Elva. The McLaren Elva is a one-of-a-kind, limited edition open-top car that started shipping to users in 2021. It looks like the lightweight racing cars that the company's father, Bruce McLaren, made in the 1960s. The car has a 4.0 liters V8 engine with 2 turbochargers that can make 804 horsepower and 590 torque. It is the most powerful version of McLaren's signature V8 engine, which was also used in the Senna and the Speedtail. A total of 149 units are being made, and McLaren's MSO team is working on some of them to make them even more unique. Number 1. McLaren Archura. The Archura is the most current mainline McLaren to go into production. It is the brand's first hybrid supercar to be mass-produced, though the P1 was the first hybrid McLaren ever. Most current McLaren cars have a V8 engine, but the Archura has a V6 engine that is connected to a 70-kilowatt electric motor. McLaren needs to get this model right since the performance car industry is moving toward electric cars and makers are trying to figure out where they fit in this rapidly changing market. First views of the car have been very good, and it's just as fast as the company's other cars, which is always a good sign. It can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds, and it can go as fast as 205 miles per hour. That's all for today. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Give this video a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thank you.